this setup. Is this lighting alright? All natural lighting will be fine. Anyways, welcome back to the Mindset series, to episode 6, 5 stages of growth and change. I cannot believe that we're A, already at episode 6, when that happened, and B, that January is already over. Like, we're already in February. The first month of 2020 is out the window. The hardest month, let me say, definitely the hardest month. But you did it. You survived. I survived. There was a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of hurdles, but we're here. The first month, people come in after Christmas and New Year's, and we're all piped up, and we're all ready with our goals and all of this good stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, wait. Like, January is actually happening. The goals that I set for myself, I actually have to do them, and it's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. And then, that's when a lot of people start to fall off, or that's when things start to get a little confusing and all of this. But, maybe let's just regroup. It's the beginning of February. We have 11 more months in 2020. The year's gonna go by so fast, but we are in control. You are in control. You can do this. I believe in you. Why is there always, what is that? Anyways, so let's just regroup and let's just take our life in 2020 by the reins, steering wheel, and let's drive that. So today's episode is going to be on the 5 stages of growth and change, and just kind of talking a little bit about that. And I kind of think it's a great timing. I didn't plan this, okay? It just kind of worked this way. I think it's great timing with, January being over, and kind of that stress of goals, life is kicking in. It's not fairy tale Christmas time anymore, holiday season, and we're getting back into things. I think this is a great time, like I said, to kind of regroup, figure out where we are, do a little bit of self-reflection, and kind of figuring out the direction that we want to go in, and being really honest with ourselves, being authentic and honest with ourselves. Like, honestly, where are we? If we want change and we want growth, there's different stages to that. It can't just be one day you're where you're at, and the next day you're like, you know what? No, today's the day, and I'm gonna change, and I'm gonna be at the end of the change. It's gonna be super easy. It's one quick decision. I mean, yes, it is, but it's the quick decision, and then the journey starts. And then, we gotta climb our mountains, we gotta jump through our valleys, like all that stuff. That's when that begins. So it's nice to just kind of have a little check-in with yourself and kind of see where you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna go through the 5 stages, talk about them. I'm gonna try and make it relatable to as many people as I can, and I'm going to help you trying to figure out where you are and what makes sense with your life and your direction that you're heading and your goals and all that stuff within the 5 stages of growth. It can be, if it's fitness, where you are with that, if it's career path, if it's school, whatever that looks like, growth, or even like a lifestyle change, mindset change. There's a lot of change that can be done, and again, you got to make it your own and kind of what that means and looks like for you. Okay, so let's dive into the 5 stages. So the first stage is called pre-contemplation, and this is kind of, so you see change in other people, or you hear other people talking about change. You know that change is a thing, but for you and where you're at your place in life right this moment, change is not even a thought process. You're like, it's not for me, cool, you do you, I'm gonna do me. I'm happy, or I'm complacent, not necessarily a happy thing, but I'm complacent. I'm not looking for change. I don't want change. I'm not inviting change. I'm not going to receive change. I'm not going to hear it. If it's around, you may be hearing it, but I'm not trying to internalize it. If that's for fitness, it could be something where you're like, you know what, like, I see other people in the gym, and I mean, hey, good for you, but that's just not for me. I don't like to sweat. I would rather sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Let's say, like, financially, it is what it is. Like, I could have more money if I wanted it, but I'm content with kind of what I have now. Again, change is just not a thought process for you. right? And then if we jump into our next stage, that's called the contemplation stage. This is, this is when the shift starts to happen a little bit more. You're like, okay, so now I'm aware that change is a thing. I see other people changing. I see the growth in them. I see the benefits of it. I'm scared still. I'm not ready for change, but I see that it's possible. I believe now that it is possible. I think it's kind of cool at this stage, maybe I'll on purpose, I'll start to look at other feeds, or I'll start to look at other people and their growth, and you're making a little bit more of a step towards the idea of change and growth, but you again for yourself, you're not there yet. Fear's in the way, procrastination. Actually, we're not even at procrastination yet, but kind of fear's in the way. The ideas rolling around your head, but not there, not for me, good for you, I'll support you. Again, not there, nothing wrong with that. And this is in our next step, stage three, is kind of when the ball starts to get rolling a little bit more. This one is called preparation. So again, we are aware that it's a thing. We know people or see people close to us, or around us that is changing or is growing, and you see it. So now you start to prepare your mind. Now you start to have the thoughts of, like, is this something that I can do? Is this something that I want? What kind of lifestyle could I have if I want to change? What could my body look like if I accepted change? Do I want to receive it? I am scared. I'm aware that I'm scared, but I'm also aware that, maybe this would be beneficial for my life. So you're starting to prepare your mind. You're starting to, again, look at it more, see it more, read it more, hear it more, and with a different mindset now, because now we're preparing our mind to accept it. And it is a possibility. We might not be at the stage where we believe that we can do it, but we are at a stage where we believe that if we wanted to, it could happen. Now we get into stage 4, okay? And stage 4 is called action. So this is when, okay, now we start to reach out. Now is when we start to ask the questions. Now is when we start to eat healthier on our own. Now is when we might get a coach. Now is when we might look more into nutrition and things that'll help us. We're taking real action steps. We're doing something about it. We're not just aware. We're not just hearing it. We're not just thinking it and reading it and seeing it and asking questions about it, inquiring about it. Like, now we're actually taking those action steps. If it's a nutrition goal, if it's with our body and all of that stuff, maybe it could be something like, okay, I'm going to go in the fridge and the pantry, and I'm going to remove all of the things that are junk, or all of the things that when I eat it, I don't feel right. Or now it's like, okay, say, boom, example, watching the mindset series, talking about journal writing or being self-aware. Actually, even watching these videos, that right there is action, because you are choosing and you are taking steps to kind of educate yourself and cultivate yourself a little bit more. And then if you're journaling or anything, like, you're taking real action steps, you're doing something outside of your comfort zone, you are making it possible. Now at this stage, we believe, like, okay, I'm going to give it a chance. It might not be, the confidence might not be there where it's like, okay, no, I'm doing it and it's going to happen and I'm going to see it through. Our confidence level right now might be at, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance. If they can do it, why can't I? This is the action stage. Our last stage is maintenance stage. So this is, we've been doing what we're doing. We're on a good path. We've, decided to shift our mindset. We've decided to accept change. We've decided to, take real action steps to reach out to a coach, reach out to a friend, reach out to a mentor, whatever that may look like for you again. We're beyond, okay, maybe purchasing a program, purchasing healthier food, removing foods that aren't so healthy or don't make us feel right, where we're past the getting up early, setting our alarm a little bit earlier, doing those little extra things around the house that will help us feel better, journaling if we like journaling, or any sort of expressive art that helps us kind of clear our mind, going to see a counselor if that's what we need, or a therapist if that's what we need, again, this is the next stage past action stage. And like, this is now maybe like 6 months in the action stage. We're 6 months in, we're able to maintain it, we feel more comfortable, we see our body starting to change, we feel our body starting to change. If it's a body goal for you, our mindset is starting to change, we feel better, we're nicer to other people, we're nicer to ourselves, we're able to practice self-love and positive affirmations daily, and it's not a struggle. I shouldn't say not a struggle, because it'll always be a struggle, but it's something we've adapted it to our lifestyle. We've adapted it to our daily routine. And, maybe even towards the end of our maintenance stage, or within maintenance stage, we're able to help other people, right? We're able to give advice and speak from our experiences, and speak from when you were at stage 2 in the contemplation, and then the struggle between that and how difficult that was for you. Within any of the stages, wherever you are, you're always able to help people kind of come along with you, and you're also able to learn. And I think that's super important for our own growth, is to have people kind of I don't know if you've ever heard that you are the average of, let's say, the five people that you hang out with, whether that being financially, lifestyle, mindset, whatever that is. You should always have people who are where you want to be financially, career-wise, lifestyle, again, whatever that looks like for you. And then you should also have some people maybe behind you where you're able to help them and kind of be like, okay, like, I've done this is through my experience, boom, now I can help you. The people on this side, it's like, okay, you've done your experience, boom, I'm going through my experience, I have questions, boom, now I can ask you and you can help me. I like to look at life as being a give and take, more so giving than taking. And I believe that the more that you give, the more that you receive. And because again, I'm faithful, I believe that the more you give, the more God gives you. I value self-check-ins. And again, like I've mentioned it before, I think that self-check-ins really helps us kind of be aware of where we are within the stages. And I believe that self-awareness of these stages helps us create our direction into where we're going, and to have a little bit more clarity within our direction and kind of where we're going and where we're headed. So then maybe if we're reaching out and we're asking questions, if we're in that contemplation, actions phase, even maintenance phase, we know the right kind of questions to ask, and we know the right type of people to seek. And we know the right type of advice to internalize, because there's a lot of people who will give advice on something, and if you don't kind of match values, or if you don't see their experience and see that they lived what they say, then it's not really going to match up, and that in itself is really hard. This video and a lot of the mindset series stuff is kind of educational, but these are all things that I've gone through, and awarenesses that I've kind of understood for myself, and I help my clients with. And if I can help you guys, for sure, I'd love to give that information out for free. So I hope you guys benefit from this video and took something away, and kind of maybe understand where you are within your growth and change, and kind of where, knowing that you're heading somewhere and you're heading in a good place, in a good direction. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. If you like this video, go ahead and press like, and turn the notification button on, little bell on, so that you guys don't miss an episode. So next week's video is going to be on perfectionism and procrastination. I believe that that's a huge topic that I'm seeing and hearing and getting questions and stuff. And it just, let's talk about it. Let's bring up things that may be uncomfortable, or things that we don't want to talk about, to really help us kind of get where we want to get. Let's talk about it. I'll see you guys next week. Have a blessed day.